COVID-19, coronavirus, SARS-CoV-2. These are the names of the newly formed disease that was discovered late last year. Since then, there have been millions of cases occurring throughout the world, with the United States currently holding the highest rate of confirmed cases in the year so far, with 644,188. States like California have initiated a shelter-in-place lockdown in order to lower the risk of obtaining the disease. In addition to this, they've also enforced both traditional and new methods, like from washing your hands to being 6 feet apart from someone. This rule has caused large gathering areas like schools to close down and transition online classes while also letting people go from their jobs and file for unemployment. Okay, so what do you think is the purpose of the shelter in place or slash quarantine?
Uh, it depends on two different things, really. It depends on if you are, let's say you have it, but you don't know, then
Mm-hmm.
we want you to stay inside so you don't spread it to anybody else. Or if this mask somehow breaks, you got 5 more ready to go. If gloves break, you got 10 more pairs right there. But then the officers, could fine you $1,000 if they see you walking around without a mask on.
While there are positive things coming out of the shelter in place, such as government plans to have things slowly transition to normal by fall of this year, there is no confirmed date of when the virus should be out of the door for good. Officials have predicted that it may last for 2 more years, with the death rate increasing each day and the addition that there is no official working vaccine. This may further the extension of the lockdown.
This pandemic definitely will affect the current generation of kids as well as future generation of kids. You already see the effects. I mean, there's been a lot of kids who now have to do school online, and I think if we can really practice that and kind of perfect it, which we probably will depending on how the pandemic goes, it could potentially open up a new door to how school is being taught, which will both obviously affect current generation and future generation kids.
If the pandemic were to end and a new outbreak were to arise, I believe we are not prepared for another outbreak financially and material wise, because we already bought all these materials and now we have to take more time to make these new materials and produce them, which takes employees, which the world, as we know, a lot of employees are out of work and out of business.
In conclusion, there are a lot of things to take account from this worldwide pandemic. Some people may see this as a way to actually take a break from everything and socialize with people via online resources, while the latter sees the exact opposite. They may feel like it's too much and it's affecting everything around them, both socially and physically. What's one thing that people should learn or reflect from this kind of experience?
I don't want to beat a dead horse when I say this, but I really think people should just listen.
You shouldn't discriminate by race. A virus does not infect one race, it infects everyone and anyone.
Something to take away from this pandemic is definitely not to panic by, but also make sure that you're prepared in the future.
There is no right answer to all this, and what I learned from this, that as much as we complain about how it is affecting us in such a great manner, we can do something about it by thinking it critically and literally. If you want to go outside, then go outside, but you must respect the rule. But if you want to, then you could just call and talk to your peers. While it may sound broad, it is a possibility that we should take. Be the solution, not the problem.